Hey everyone, it's Nicholas Wilton at Art to Life, and we just finished the Creative Visionary program on Thursday. We had this big, really long call. It was almost 4 hours, and a lot of people were calling up and saying, sharing their experiences, and it was just really, really powerful. And one of the things that we do, and I shared with them in that call, was about the creative path, and there's different stages artists go through, and understanding these. And the first stage in the creative path is we call hibernation. And this is the stage many of you, me included, we've all been in this, and some people stay in it. It's kind of this stage where maybe you have an inkling that you want to do art, but you don't get around to doing it. Or you left art for many years, or you just got really busy taking care of someone or raising kids, or it's not a judgment. It's just that this is a stage. This is a place. It's like a treading water place. And this can go on forever. It can last a lifetime. And artists go in and out of this as well. I know I have. But often there's something that wakes you up. There's a spark. There's an incident. There's a something that brings you out of that stage into the next stage, which we call awakening, which is filled with desire to make art, to be creative. It's definitely, a sense of becoming alive again. And it could be something like, friends got a birthday party and you're decorating the birthday cake and you realize how fun it is to actually make something for a change. And so you do more of that, or someone drags you to an art class or a lecture, or you go visit a friend and they have a friend who's an artist and you see the work and it really inspires you. It's different for everyone. Everyone knows, usually remembers that spark that woke them up. So this conversation was kind of going on in the Creative Visionary program on the last day, on Thursday, and there were some amazing stories, and I just thought I'd share some of them with you because it was so moving and it was so emotional. And we had for example, there was a woman who, she said that she had stopped, she was in hibernation in a way and had stopped considering herself an artist or that she would ever do this. And she said that I'm 65 and this is not available for me. And which is crazy, but we all stay in these stages because it suits us for whatever reason. But somebody forwarded her a forwarded email, and it just so happened to be the demonstration, the free workshop that leads to this program, and she started watching it, and that particular video spoke to her in a way that that was her spark. And she ended up doing the program, and it's changed everything for her. She's making art, and she's so excited because she has this whole road ahead of her. We had another artist that she found her way. She saw a book cover that I had done like 15 years ago on Brene Brown's The Gifts of Imperfection. And she was reading this book actually as a resource to help her daughter, and buried in the care of a child and all of that world. But she looked up. She liked the painting, and literally this is probably 15 years ago I did that, and then she saw my name, and then she Googled it, and then she found something that spoke to her, and she signed up for the blog, and then she started getting this Sunday vlogs, and that woke her up. That little, seeing that art, something in it sparked her, and it led her into the program. I do a lot of ultra running, and a gentleman called up in the program, and he too is an ultra runner, and he was sharing how he was fully on into running, and he connected with me on that. But he had a flu shot, and I don't know how long ago this was, but this was partly responsible for him contracting Guillain-Barré disorder, which is a really intense nerve. It's your immune system. It kind of attacks your nervous system, and you can't run, you can't barely walk, and it's really hard, and it really kind of paralyzes you. And most people do recover from this, but it is very intense. I've known people who've had this, and it's like an autoimmune thing. It's really gnarly. But that incident is what then, and then so he couldn't run and he couldn't do so many things. And so he developed, he described it, his new marathon is becoming an artist. Yeah, as like that's why he's there, and it's like that's that crazy flu shot that threw his life into disarray was the spark that for him to dive into his creativity. And it was just so cool how he described it. Like it was gratitude, you know. I mean, he wasn't looking for like sympathy. He's like, he was saying he can only stand up about an hour at a time, but that this world has opened up for him, and he is so much gratitude on there. Another artist called up, and he was saying that, you know, he had a real limiting belief, or just the idea that a troubling idea that was stopping him moving into his art. And he actually had a conversation with Ferris, who works with me, and many of you know. And and this conversation was about getting permission to show all of himself, because it's all coming out in his art, and he didn't feel that he should show that. And it was that conversation, that one conversation with Ferris, thousands of miles away, who he hadn't met, that turned the corner for him, and you know, sparked like, wait a second, like I've been thinking about this the wrong way, you know. And of course the answer is, yeah, you show all of yourself in your work, and it's okay, even the hard parts, like all of that, it's you. And there was something about how Ferris communicated that, and that it was just the right person at just the right time. There's these things that happen in our lives that are so amazing, that awaken us. And, you know, all of those people were kind of in a hibernation stage, right? And all of them had something happen, something that they were paying attention to that just woke them up a little bit. And the challenge with all this is, I think we're getting information and messages and clues lots of the time, you know, but we just miss them. And what all three of these people did actually is they saw it, felt it, and then they took action on it. They did something, and all of them were like, this was not my plan. You know, this was a big stretch, and to do this course, and they, for whatever reason, to do their art more. And that's just a super powerful, you know, taking action when these things occur, if we're looking for them, if we understand that we're on the lookout for them. So it was just really moving. There were many, many stories like that. And I just kind of wanted to share it, because I think this is how we get to do the things we want to do in our life. Often they're led in by some little thing, some little clue, some little spark, something that we notice. And if we can just take a little move towards it, some small action, it can lead us to our dreams, to like where we really, really want to go. And I just think that's a really powerful message. And I think that's why I love teaching so much, because it reinforces in me like that idea that it's for all of us. Like, this is a possibility. There's possibilities for us if we're only paying attention. So I'd love to hear your comments below. You know, like, what are the clues that you're seeing? What things maybe are you not seeing? What are you on the lookout for? What's happened lately that maybe you need to take a second look at? Because it can lead you in a really a more truthful place for your own journey. Thanks a lot. For those of you who are new here, please click on the link below and download our really cool color PDF. It's got some really great stuff all about how I work with color and teach color that could be really a game changer for your art. Thanks a lot. Let me know about this in the comments below. Super appreciate it. Okay, thanks.